Today's watch that I'm going to share with you today is one of the most popular, if not the most popular San Martin watch that has ever been released. Hello, you're watching James. My name's James, you're watching me, and I am talking about watches, and I'm talking about probably one of the most sold versions of San Martin watches. This is the GMT powered by the NH34, and it is a design which has captured my attention for a long time. In fact, this is a design that is so popular that there are many brands, not just Aliexpress, but also many bigger brands have been sort of looking to utilize. You will see this style of watch in so many brands, but buying one from San Martin I think makes a lot of sense because you're getting the design, but you're also getting a quality watch, but you're also getting it at a reasonable price. Now, you would have seen that sponsored icon pop up, and that was because this particular watch was kindly sent out to me by the official website of San Martin, sanmartin.watch. They sent me out this watch free of charge so that I could share my experiences with you. But because it was sent out to me, I am going to leave a link directly to their website. When you are buying these types of watches, there are multiple places that you can buy them, particular websites, different types of websites, official websites, and AliExpress. I'll leave some of the links down below in the description, including that particular website. But today, what I want to do is just share with you my first impressions of this watch and try and see why it has been so popular and see whether it is actually worthwhile considering now that there are so many San Martin watches available. Let's flip the camera and let's check out this GMT San Martin. Well, finally I was able to get my hands on the San Martin SN0054G-E. Came in this Pelican case, and it came with so many bits and pieces that I've actually taken it out already, including some changing tools, some extra tools, even more tools, a little hang tag, the San Martin warranty card, even actually filled out with a little bit of information, and information about how to use the watch. And when I sized it to my 17cm wrist, I took out 4 spare links. But once I had sized it up to my wrist, there were 3 things that really stood out. And first of all is the design. I've seen so many versions of this particular design, seen so many videos about this specific watch, and I've thought, yes, that's a really cool design. I can see why it's popular. I wouldn't mind one, but I've never then gone and bought one. And now having one in hand, especially this particular one, this San Martin, I have to sort of say to myself, why didn't I buy it earlier? Because it is a great design. I understand now why it is so popular. Secondly, of course, when it comes to this is the size. This is a perfect size for my 17cm wrist. I know that, I knew that, so I kind of expected this one to fit nicely on wrist. And third is actually the pop of color on the dial, on the GMT hand, and then the matching GMT. Being orange, it just gives it a little bit of something extra, a little bit of a lift. And it wasn't until I actually had this one in hand that I realized how important that splash of color was to this watch, because although I think it looks really good, I kind of can see why some people may think it's a little bit uninspired, the design. I think it's a good design, but I can maybe see why people think, oh, is that just a little bit boring? And I don't think it is. But even if you do, that little bit of color, and it doesn't take much sometimes, but that little bit of color really does make this watch then jump off your wrist. And it does look and feel very nice on wrist, on my 17cm wrist. It is the perfect size for me, sits down really nicely, and it's just a great looking watch. And it is nice to have a GMT as well, especially the Seiko GMT. It's a semi-affordable GMT movement, but it is a nice workhorse mechanical movement. I really, really like the look of this watch, and I think I'm going to really enjoy wearing it. So it is definitely worthwhile sticking around for a few weeks or months until I get around to my full in-depth review of this one. Until then, however, maybe check out these 2 videos next.